guys, so I just don't mind, hold on, don't mind the piano in the background. I have an annoying neighbor that plays the piano sometimes. But this is my 16-week appointment update. I went to the appointment because, if you guys don't know, I've been talking about how the Nipt test came back for no result for one of the findings, which means it could be positive, it could be negative, it could have been just a test. And I talked to the genetic counselor today. We had like almost an hour-long meeting, and then we had kind of like almost a long ultrasound as well. So, with the genetic counselor, the lady just spoke to me about how and what the monostomy X or the mosaic I don't know the exact word, but I'll put it on the screen. I'm not even about to try to say it. But she just was telling me like how and what it is, and if the baby has that, what their life would look like, how some people have it and you can't tell they have it. They never knew they had it till they get tested. She talked about how the person may look, and there's different forms of it. She just gave me a whole informational session about it, basically. And she showed me some pictures, and she broke things down really well. A lot of things that she said were things that I read on Google, things that I seen on TikTok. This particular gene abnormality can be confined to the placenta, or it could be in the baby itself. And, you know, she just told me that, and she was asking, did I have any questions? And I was like, no, you know, everything you're telling me is what I really seen on Google. And, you know, we just talked about it, you know, like, it's nothing I could do or change. And again, it did not come from me. If it is that, if the baby has that, it did not come from me. It's a genetic thing. And in my chart, my genes and stuff like that got tested, I don't have that, because sometimes it can come from the parent, you know. But that was the first part of my appointment. My sister went with me, so she got to hear everything as well. So it was good to have somebody else there to listen to, because she can remember some stuff that if I couldn't remember it, she'll remember it. And, you know, it's just good to have somebody there to not only be there to support you, but to listen so they can remember some stuff. But after that, I went to my ultrasound, got some pictures of the baby. I'm gonna put them on the screen, but yeah, I got a bunch of pictures. Hold on, let me show y'all the one with the face. Hold on. She looked like a little peanut, okay? And where the baby is, like where I felt the baby, I mean where they saw the baby, is exactly where I feel her. She's sitting like right on my bladder. So I've been having to pee so much. But they said the baby is like 6 ounces. Everything on the ultrasound looks good. So most of the time, sometimes they can see like for the Turner syndrome, which is kind of what they was looking for. You can usually see it on the ultrasound by now. Like they'll have a fluid right here around their neck. They may look smaller. She was saying all the features that they could have on the ultrasound, but they didn't see none of that on the ultrasound. And mind you, if I never took this test, if they were just going by the ultrasound, everything looks normal. Shout out to Evian, sponsored this video, because this is the only water I've been able to drink that don't make me feel sick. Which is weird, because normally when I drink this, if I wasn't pregnant, it has a weird taste and I don't really like it like that. But this is the only water that I've been drinking, so shout out to them for that. But like I said, according to the ultrasound and everything that they seen, it looked good. My sister came to this ultrasound, which was good, because when you see the baby on the video and they're actually moving and doing all this and hiding their face and doing flips and twirls, it's different than just showing you an ultrasound picture. So she was like kind of like, whoa. And the baby looks so much bigger than it did a month ago, because I went there when I was 12 weeks, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I went there when I was 12 weeks, because I'd be going every month, which is good. Some people don't even get an ultrasound until 16 weeks. So I'm glad that I've been having all these ultrasounds, because I get to see the baby very often. And if my pregnancy is considered high risk because of the simple fact that, you know, that abnormal result came up on that screening, which again, it's a screening, it's not a diagnosis. They want to see you more often to check on the baby, make sure the baby's okay. And also, I don't know if I talked to y'all about this on the last video, but they was asking, did I want the amniocentesis? And she told me what it was, and she showed me a picture and what the risks was and stuff like that. And I told her, no, I'm just gonna wait. And then I asked her, like, did it have a time frame on it? And she was like, usually they try to do it before 20 weeks on a baby. So yeah, she was basically saying they rather do it before 20 weeks than over, because if you lose a baby before 20 weeks, you know, it's really nothing that you could do for it. But if you lose it after, or something happens after, she said a lot of those babies may make it, but they may have a lot of like complications. So she said it's up to me what I want to do. I just said I'd rather wait. Because again, there's a lot of things that are leaning towards that, you know, it's gonna be fine. One thing is the readings on the ultrasounds. The baby looks fine, looks healthy. My fetal fraction on that Nipt test was low. Everything else was low risk. I'm not a carrier of nothing. Who knows what the father is a carrier of? Not saying I don't know who my baby father is, but I don't know like what his genetics look like, because he didn't do the test to get himself screened for those things. Now I will say he is a little special. He is a little slow, but his other two children, he has a son and a daughter. They're healthy kids. They're beautiful kids. Very smart. Both of them are very smart. They both have different mothers. So yeah, we're just gonna wait and see and pray that everything goes well. I'm probably gonna tell my mother today that I'm pregnant at 16 weeks. She kind of the only one that don't know. Like everybody else know. I just haven't told her because I don't want to stress my mom out about it, because she already got other stuff she's stressed about. I just don't want to stress her out about it, because, you know, learning that information can be stressful for people who are not the party. Like if they're not me, like it could be stressful for someone to know that. Like they could be worried about me. They could be worried about the baby. They could be worried about what is my future gonna look like. They could be worried about why me and the baby daddy ain't together. Why the daddy haven't done anything. Why the daddy act the way he act. You know, and I just don't want people to be worried about that, because life is already stressful, you know, and I don't need to bring my problems on other people. Not saying I would, but like I said, that could be stressful. Like if I found out one of my siblings was pregnant, I would be stressed for them and constantly concerned about that. And I just don't want to stress my mom out with that. And I really was waiting to see like and hear some better news about the baby, because this whole time since 12 weeks I've been like concerned about what this ultrasound was gonna look like and stuff like that. So glad everything is looking good. Don't know for sure. The amniocentesis test would have definitely ruled it it would have ruled it. Like you would know for sure, like, is this coming from the fetus or is it coming from the placenta? But again, I have faith in God. Definitely think this was put in place, this whole scenario, for me to lean on God more and pray and have faith in him. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. But overall, everything's going well. I just want to do a little update on my doctor's visit today. My 16-week appointment with the abnormal test results for the Nipt test. Talked to the genetic counselor. Was in the fetal medicine department. Everything, like I said, on ultrasound looks fine. I'll come back to you guys with an update, and I hope anybody else that's going through this, if you have any questions, I'll let you know anything I know. But I pray that everybody's baby is safe and sound and okay. I love you. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.